G'day, welcome to MusicViewTV, Cairns. I'm Alita, and we are here at the Ellie Beach Festival of Music, here at the Mirage Whitsundays. And look, it's always a great pleasure when we get one of those gems of the Australian music scene on the show. And today we have with us the amazing Chris Finnen. Hey, Chris, how are you?
Oh, very good.
Look, yeah. It's a real thrill to get you on the show today because you are known as a guitarist. And I'm just so keen to see what you're going to do for us today. I believe you have an instrumental.
Yeah, what I'm going to do is take... I love this country. I came out here when I was a kid. My parents brought me out here when I was 14, which was a few years ago now. And I've been doing this the last few years, playing Pachelbel's canon and just adding WALTZING MATILDA to it, because I think we're so lucky to be living in this wonderful country. I mean, this is a perfect illustration of that. So it's a way of paying homage to where I live and playing something for people that they don't have to think about words. They can just do what they want with it and take it home with them.
Awesome. Well, you do what you want with that, because I'm keen to hear it. So take it away, guys.
Thank you.
Oh, wow. Oh, look, Chris, and I just got to say to any aspiring young musicians and guitarists out there, that's how it's done.
That's it. In music, you've got to be in time, you've got to be in tune, and even that's marginal if you're playing Indian music or African music, but you've got to play from your heart. Nowadays, all these young people, they can learn stuff off the net, which is great, but you've got to find out what's in there.
Yeah.
And you join that with your heart. That's what these guys do.
And you had the heart and soul behind you as well,
yes,
with
I
8 Ball and
lucky
Zed and Nick, and just
Yeah.
absolutely beautifully backed that just to a T. Just beautiful.
Well, we've just been playing it since we've been up here, so they all heard my idea for the first time. 8 Ball suffered it before, but they all heard it for the first time on Thursday. And we played it at almost every gig, and it just gradually builds and gets its own energy because the music's got so much freedom in it. I normally play blues, but when you're playing this, there's blues in it. It's the soul and the spirit that gets
Yeah, but look, you are kind of predominantly known as a blues musician because, you're in the South Australian Blues Hall of Fame, you're in the New York Blues Hall of Fame, you name it. But I know that you do have a lot of varied cultural interests and influences because you've travelled so much.
Well, I was lucky enough to study with Professor Manfred Jr., so I'd studied Indian music for about 10 years.
Wow.
So, and it all just joins up together, doesn't it?
Yeah,
they call it world music now. When I was a youngster, they called it underground. Now they have things like WOMADs. And this festival's a great case in point. It's not a blues festival or a country festival, it's a music festival.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's got so much for everyone.
Yeah, and you'll just, no matter where you go, you're going to this cafe, this pub, down the main stage, you're going to find so many different styles and from really well-known artists to up-and-comers who you might not have heard before, but then you walk away with something and you go, man, that's someone to watch out for.
Yeah, and they need this. Everybody.
Exactly.
I haven't met anyone that isn't happy to share their ideas,
Yeah,
there's a generosity there, which again comes from here.
And I think too with the Australian music scene, especially some of the players who've been around for a long time, I've been hear wonderful stories about how they're so willing to just part with information and stuff to just help anyone who's on the way up.
We have to pass it on. It's really important that we do that.
Yeah.
I'm getting older now, so we made a joke about old people's homes before. I'll be in one soon. But you've got to pass the stuff on because you pass it on and they can use it.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Now, 40 odd years of touring and stuff, of troubadour all around the world, and you have done some really, really cool gigs. I mean, you've played for the Dalai Lama. That's just one example.
Well, that was fantastic. Somebody asked me, what's it like when you met him? And it was played for him and then met him and we bowed. Yeah. And it was kind of like, not that I've done this, but it was somewhat akin to putting your finger in a PowerPoint. The energy that emanating from that man was absolutely staggering. It was, nothing that you said, just something that you felt. And to think that he was chosen from birth, I mean, I'm a very lucky man.
Yeah, indeed. Yeah. And originally, obviously, from England, you were only fairly young, though, when you came over. I
was 14 when I came
here. Yeah. So what age did you actually pick up the guitar? What actually made you want to pick up the guitar?
The Beatles and the Rolling Stones. I live 30 miles south of London, and prior to that I used to listen to Lonnie Donegan and Skiffle, and then the Beatles and the Rolling Stones, and so that made me want to play. And then I used to listen to a radio show called Saturday Club, and if John Lee Hooker or Muddy Waters or anybody were coming to London, they'd play their music on the radio. At that stage I was 11 or 12 and somewhat naive, I must admit, so I didn't quite understand the lyrics, but I understood that this music was like nothing I'd ever heard before.
Yeah.
My other influence was Scottish music and Irish music because my father was Scottish.
Yep.
But the blues was the thing that just grabbed me, and I thought, whatever that is, I need more of it. Yeah.
And so that's what you did. You just took it and ran with it, and you've just been doing that for a long time.
Yeah, I did. I didn't love to read music. I just took it and ran with it, studied to learn about it, and realised that the blues music is such honest music. Anyone can play their day. So it's a wonderful screen for people to project their ideas and their feelings into, which is why it works so well.
Yeah, it is. It's very raw, but it's very honest music,
Yeah.
You know what you're getting with it, and I think that's why blues in particular resonates with so many people. It's just this thing. It's
people make the mistake of thinking
primal, but
they make the mistake that it's sad. It's not. It's the most happy music, really. Yeah,
it's awesome. And I know that when I was talking to 8 a couple of days ago, he was just so excited and just so happy that he had you playing with him on this tour with the band. He's just, oh my God, this is amazing. And he was just absolutely a thrill for him too.
Well, for all his mad humour and everything else, he's an absolutely lovely man. Anyone that met him for more than 5 minutes would know. He's a wonderful human being. Whenever he comes to Adelaide, he'll stay with me. So we eat together, tell bad jokes together, and we're always talking about music, who we've been listening to, what we're doing. So the share principle abounds.
Yeah. Well, we're talking about bad jokes, and he said that you had lots of them. Do you have one for us?
Okay, here's one. I thought I was a good lover till I discovered all my girlfriends had asthma.
Oh, my God.
That's as good stroke bad as it gets.
I don't think I can top that. So on that note, we'll wrap it up. And I'll just say once again, thank you so much, Chris Finnen, for joining us today.
Thanks for having me.
And thanks to you guys as well. Absolute pleasure to just have you guys here. And, of course, a big thanks to Studio Hutch and to the Mirage here at the Whitsundays, who've been amazing to us and let us film here at this awesome location. And, of course, the Airlie Beach Festival of Music is the best.
Yeah, it is.
We all agree on that one. And we will catch you next time on MusicViewTV Cairns. Oh, yeah.